We are
Hey,
live, Connor.
ladies and gentlemen, it's Connor MacIvor, Tim Blankenship, SCV, or Santa Clarita Insider Show. We're here every week, Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Today's April 18th, 2023. And we're so glad that you can be a part of the show. Please share if you would, and all that other fancy stuff. Also, we'll be having guests coming up, depending on the show time. So if you know somebody interested in that, please let Tim or I know. How are you, Tim?
Good, Connor. Good morning. How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm good. The styes are healing. The styes are healing.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Thank you so much. I even took the glasses off. I can't see anything, but I don't have my glasses.
I couldn't hit a button on my screen if I had to without the glasses.
Oh my gosh. So tell me it's been interesting this last week. So much has happened. I've actually, with the workout, as you know, both of you and I are tied to that like glue.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny at the different times. And you remember the gym craze and the gym days. It's just very interesting to see the different types of people there at different times of the day. You go at 5 o'clock, there's a whole different crowd. You go at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you run into the high school. And they all have their different methods, right? The people in the morning, they're serious. I mean, they're not there at 5 o'clock for nothing.
Right.
They're not there to screw around. They're not there to be on their phone. They're just there to get it done and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Then 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there's that guy sitting on that bench, not moving on his phone.
I guess the gym seemed busy. This weekend I was over at Smart and Final, and that parking lot's packed again. A lot of people at LA Fitness.
Bunch, yeah. There seems to be, there's only a couple times of the day when it's not too busy there. The other places that I frequent, but yeah, it's kind of the same stuff. But that the phone thing has really become a very unusual evil in these gyms. And I know it's first world problems, right? But and then you go up and you ask, hey, how many more sets you have, and they rattle off some insane number like 18 or 23. I don't know where they're learning that either.
So that's the issue. They're just sitting on the equipment, huh? Same old thing. They're putting their weights away though, right?
Oh no. Nothing like that. That's loaded question. Yeah, you know better. You can't even find dumbbells. It's great.
Yeah. The best part about that, Connor, is they go there to work out, but I guess putting the weights away isn't part of the workout. And then they're patrolling the parking lot trying to get the closest spot. Right.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. God forbid they have to walk too far. Yeah. That's funny as well. I almost want to say, you know what? For $100 a time, you pay me $100, I'll go in there at 4 o'clock in the morning. I will clean all those weights up, because that's a hell of a workout.
Yeah, you'd be done.
Walking those dumbbells and everything around like that, that'd be perfect. They're not just right there either. I've seen dumbbells all over that place.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, yeah, but no, it's good. But that's kind of the workout scene. I'm embarking on a longer fast than usual. See what happens. Today's only day 2, so I don't want to talk about it too much.
Oh, tell me what you're tell me if I'm wrong. It seems, just kind of in talking with you and watching your videos, that you'll use the fasting to bring down the fat and the weight quickly, and then kind of go back to maybe a somewhat regular eating pattern. Like, what, you're not fasting 3 or 4 days at a time and then eating once. And what are you doing currently?
No, yeah, it's kind of, I'm just balancing. So feasting and fasting, when it comes to the days that I don't eat, whatever it may be, when I do refeed, I do pay attention to protein numbers, and I try to stay away from processed just because it's so horrible. So I started to try to stick with real food, like real meat, real eggs, real cheese. I try to stay there. But if I go out to a Mexican restaurant and have, chips and salsa and maybe a little bit of tequila, I don't beat myself up.
So, okay. So you are introducing, and you're not being real strict on the diet, because that the fasting is so effective that you can just take that right off by a day or two of fasting.
Yeah, it brings me right back. It doesn't even, it depends. So if the alcohol is a lot, that creates other issues, as you very well know. So then I'm not feeling good, even if I fast for a day or two, usually 3 days, really cleans all that crap out.
Yeah.
Especially if you tie one on. But a couple drinks, it works. But yeah, that's how I balance it. So I'll do the fasting. But let's say, so now I'm trying to heal some things in my body, the loose skin, playing with that stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought what I'd try to do is check out another longer fast. The record for me was 14. Kind of stretch that, see how that feels. But it's way early in it to see what happens. But I'm going to watch it, monitor it. I won't start losing any muscle or anything really important besides, stored body fat and clearing via autophagy some of the cellular mechanisms inside my body. So it'll only be the good stuff. But you can attack that till you're about 5% or 3% body fat. I mean, when your fat's gone, that's when you got to worry. That's when the muscles start to go away. But I expect I'll be flat for a while.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about there's you're way into it, probably 200 times more than I am, and you were consistent. I did it for maybe 6 or 8 months, different variations we were talking last episode. But it's interesting about the longer fast and you're talking about losing muscle, because I think where that happens is, I was telling you when I was doing that one meal a day that I kind of felt like my metabolism got shot after a while. And listening to some experts in the field, just the other day on that. And I guess that's new research now. And it's probably not that new, but that, if you're doing one meal a day, you're basically on a low calorie diet, essentially. Right. And then your body's going to adjust. If you're only getting in 1,000 calories, going to adjust, and your metabolism will drop. And I think that's what I experienced doing that. They say it's okay, 2-3 times a week, but then maybe do like a 16-8 or something and get your calories in. But with these longer fasts, your body doesn't think it's starving, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, because it's being fully fed by fat. So you are getting all the calories you need, as opposed to getting them from eating food.
That's true. And
is that correct? Or
it is correct. And it's actually, your body does consider itself. So when we say starving, I don't know of anybody personally who's actually starving. Most of the people I know are pretty well fed. Even if they're really lean, they're still not starving.
Right.
And I know that difference too, but for people listening, starvation truly occurs. I mean, mechanically, when you start to eat up muscle for energy and organs for energy, including brain, and that happens when you're maybe a medical condition. So yeah, talk to your doctor and all that fancy stuff. But realistically, when you're fasting, if you're going to fast to that point, you would have to go a very long time, and you would have to be emaciatedly lean, and then you would end up killing yourself just by not eating anymore. But up to that point, and I'm 230 pounds, 235 pounds. I have plenty of that of adipose tissue there to go through. And I'm curious to see what, I'm trying to tighten up loose skin. That's kind of the main goal with this, and see what happens.
That happens with the longer fast, correct?
Because that's energy. So any cellular, any skin that is corrupted and that doesn't have a good base, has some abnormality, that is on the chopping block to get used for energy. Just like you said, a complete meal, after I burn through whatever stored sugar I have in my liver, and that's typically whenever I start, unless I'm in keto. If I'm doing a ketogenic diet and I start fasting, the fasting starts pretty much immediately. The benefits start. So you'll get into autophagy, which is basically cellular cannibalism, a lot earlier. And the cellular cannibalism only applies to cells that are malignant. There's something wrong with them. So that's where that energy comes. You can eat I wouldn't be surprised if you could eat a complete protein-enriched meal with fasting, because I haven't lost muscle, but also I'm not keeping myself in a box. I'm going to the gym. I'm lifting hard. I don't stop. Nothing stops for this.
Yeah.
Life still continues. Oh, the other day they came out with a study where ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, whenever you feel hungry, your ghrelin binds to your pituitary gland and sends some signal, and the pituitary gland the next time is going to increase the release of growth hormone. That's if you're hungry longer. So after 2 or 3 days of ghrelin that hunger hormone not being answered by you eating, it will spur off the pituitary to release extra growth hormone the next release cycle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I thought so being hungry, actually is a good thing.
Yeah.
And if being hungry equates to having growth hormone released, I'm going to go with that. I like that.
And do you have like a trick to getting through the ghrelin? Like, getting through those hungers. I'd watch videos where people would say, kind of just ride the wave. Like it'll come, it'll go, it'll last an hour or so. If you can just ride the wave, have some water, have, um, salt, something to just kind of appease it, and it will dissipate it. Is that the same that you're experiencing, like on even like longer fast, or does the ghrelin, do you still keep having those episodes like on day 3, 4, 5, or is it, do they get shorter and shorter, or basically non-existent?
Stops pretty quick after 2 or 3 days. If you've been doing it a while, practicing the fasting for longer times, 2 or 3 days, you get past it about day 2.5. I can tell when I get into ketosis, if I'm eating sugar before, all that sugar in the liver, I start urinating a lot.
Yeah.
So I'll drop, 5, 10 pounds in just water very quickly. But yeah, it recovers. The ghrelin will die down after about day 2.5, day 3. And then you really don't feel that the pangs anymore. Anything left over that you feel, that's habitual eating. That's not because
it's the psychological part, huh?
Yeah, you're not eating to sustain your health. At that point, you're eating because of an addictive nature that you've acquired over time.
Sure.
That's why you're doing that.
Yeah, when I'm fasting, I can say, I'm not hungry, but I'll say, like, you try and trick your body. Well, I probably should eat, or,
That's the ego. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You better. You deserve it. You've gone long enough. Good job.
Exactly.
We're so proud of you.
Yeah.
No, it's like that, but it rides out those waves, just like you said. That's a great way to put it, the way that you said waves, because it is. Ghrelin's cyclic, and it hits typically at the times that you normally ate.
Right.
So if you ate at 7 and noon and 5, that's kind of the times that would peak. And about an hour and a half, it goes down. Black coffee. When I'm fasting, I stay away from anything artificial. I try not to put, because I still haven't gotten a clear answer as to what response happens whenever your tongue tastes sweet. And as far as what kind of insulin gets released, because you can take somebody and don't feed them anything, but give them insulin and they'll actually get heavier.
Yeah,
It's totally caloric restricted. It's amazing.
That's been proven. Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
So with that, when I have a little bit of this, artificial sugar, sucralose or whatever in my coffee, in black coffee, it's sweet. What's happening? So I just, instead of worrying about it, I get away from it. Plus it has a tendency, it can make you a little hungry because your body's looking, where's the food? Where's the calories? It's not here.
Yeah. I'll send you a video later. There's a guy I follow. You probably heard him. He's big on the fasting and keto scene. See, what's his name here? I just watched it yesterday because I've been, it's like when I'm doing the fasting, I like to watch fasting videos, just to keep.
I totally get into it. I mean, I write it down, I put it in the journal, I watch every video I can because it keeps you away from, especially that one guy that yells at you and calls you fatty.
Oh yeah.
Come on, fatty. Remember him? Is he still even out there? Cole Robinson, I think.
I don't know. I watched a few of them. They're funny, but now with YouTube's update, profanity gets you banned now. So he may have been taken down because he said F word every
oh my gosh,
every half word.
Wow.
But yeah, you probably heard of Thomas DeLauer.
Sure. Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he put up a new how to start intermittent fasting in 2023 video a couple days ago. I'll text it over to you later. But basically, part of it was going over through, and he gets into the science and the studies and all that, and talking about which of those sugars, actually will cause a response. Yeah.
The artificial sweetener stuff.
Yeah, which will, which won't, and even said that in some people it does and some people it doesn't. So it was kind of interesting. I'm not a sugar person, so I just kind of stay away from all of it. I drink black coffee anyways, so it's not an issue. But one thing I want to try and do, so I'm not drinking coffee all day, is because there is benefits to the green tea. right, for weight loss and all that. I
The
want to try and
matcha?
start. Yeah, I haven't done that. Just regular old,
Mm.
green tea. I want to try introducing that because it's kind of a little lower level caffeine hit, but
Sure.
does have the caffeine, and then it has, I guess, helps you really accelerate the fat burning.
Mhm. I think that's smart. I know that matcha, if you have the little handheld blenders, the little whisks, the matcha is really easy. You just dump it in a cup with hot water and just blend it with
Oh
that
yeah,
little thing.
yeah. He talks a
And
lot about that. I should give that a shot.
yeah, I mean, and it's still cheap. I mean, it's all that stuff's very inexpensive, apparently, for all the benefits that it gives you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste bad. It tastes like kind of thicker green tea, not too
Do you
thick, but
do you drink that hot?
yeah.
Hot.
But I haven't had it. It's probably been 2.5, 3 years since the life changed at that point. I haven't had it really after that, but I'll get back into it eventually.
Yeah.
But I think
How
I
are
bought
you?
it Costco, maybe. I don't know. But go
How
ahead.
are you doing on your YouTube shorts? I know you're still posting a lot of those.
You know what I was doing? I started doing some of the remixes with very long video that I put together, like a 25-minute video.
Yeah.
So I started doing some remixes, and it's kind of cool because I inlaid the frame on Camtasia with another video that I had shot and stripped the audio out of it, just kind of the before and after kind of videos.
Right.
So in the frame itself, whenever I do a remix, I can actually make the screen just be that portion to see the before angle of me, a different video with the other audio. So it's kind of, if that makes sense.
And
But
you're
I uploaded
remixing
that
them.
thing and
You're remixing them in Camtasia or in the platform on
no, in
YouTube?
the platform on YouTube.
Yeah, gotcha.
And
How are those? What kind of
not
results
great,
are you getting on that?
not very good. But I'm also not posting at my right times.
Mm,
I'm posting early instead of waiting till noon because I've been busy lately at noon. Um, I've been doing it at noon and a little bit after, but the ones that I've been doing in the morning, not too many.
yeah, there supposedly the word is on those that you'll get that because they're kind of newer features, the remix and the cutting and all of that, that you'll get good results. I experienced the same thing on yours. If I didn't have time to shoot a new short video, I would just I just scroll through some of my older
Mhm.
regular horizontal, traditional videos and just pull a 20-second clip out, or I forget if it's 5 or 10 seconds clip, but it redirects right back to your original video, and I don't get much activity on those either.
No, didn't seem like it was 100 and something views versus typically when I upload something, it'll be 1,000. Here I am being spoiled, but it kind of cut down a little bit this last couple of weeks, but I haven't been consistent either, and that's also the problem.
You know,
You got
one
to be. I've been doing the videos, but I've been using other networks and such. I'm sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
gotcha. One thing I've had some success with, I've been doing the shorts, so kind of my normal flow is to do a live stream video, and what I've been doing is just like once a week now, like maybe on
Uh-huh.
Thursday, I'll kind of do like a weekly recap, and I'll go over all the things that I did, that all the consultations we had, the different questions people had, and I'll have it, like during the week, I'll just have a Word doc out and say, okay, here was a question that came up in a call that was interesting. Because if one person
Good.
has that question, another person will have that question. So I'll write that down. And then on Thursday, I'll have maybe 15, 20 items that came up that we talked about. And I'll literally just go, okay, first question that came in, and I'll say what the question was, and I'll go over the topic, and then I'll go to the next one. So
Mhm.
that allows me to do a couple things. Lets me have that live stream up as like kind of a long form video. It
Right.
gives me the ability to then cut those into, say, 15 5-minute videos, or however long that little discussion was on that topic. Then
Mhm.
I can do that in Camtasia. Then I can go in and, I'll do this simultaneously. I'll go in and I'll cut that into maybe 50 different short videos. And on the short front, I follow some marketers that they do small business coaching, and they were recommending, really short shorts, like, because, you can do like 60 seconds. So
Sure.
I was doing 30 to 60 seconds. And I noticed what I was doing is I would say what I was talking about, and then I would give like a further explanation on it, or maybe even kind of repeat myself, but in saying the same thing just differently.
Right.
Not because I was trying to stretch it out to 60 seconds, just to kind of give as much value as possible.
Sure.
But I was getting like 200 views, 300 views, and not a lot of reach. And I dug into the algorithm with YouTube, and their whole thing is how much of your videos watched in the first 3 seconds, or how many 3-second watches do you get? How many, and then they have some breakdowns as for percentage of watch. So if they see like, less than say 50%, then they will they'll stop showing it to people. So the closer you get to 100%, I guess one of the biggest percentage is 90%. So if you're hitting over 90% watch time on, it's just crazy that YouTube can know that a viewer is watching how much, of a particular video with all these thousands of, hundreds of thousands, millions of videos out there. That will dictate.
That's a big brain.
That will dictate in their algorithm if they're going to keep showing it and pushing it out. And as that starts to, interest, or people swipe past or don't watch, that's how that then diminishes in their algorithm. And that's when they kind of like flatten out. So the recommendation from this marketing company was to try to get your video into as small of a segment as possible, even as little as 10 seconds. So I'm thinking, well, how am I going to give any type of value?
So it has to have shock value, I would guess, like a knee-jerk kind of, oh my God, how interesting, I guess, right?
That's what I'm doing. It's kind of, it's just, you got to play the algorithm game, right? So I've gotten my videos down to 10, 12 seconds where I'm just giving, and really I'm cutting just a piece of information I said in one of my live stream videos. I'll rewatch it, and I'll just wait until I hear like a clip. I'm like, okay, that's something I can put a title to and put that out there. And I've been doing that for 2 weeks, 10 to 12 seconds, sometimes 6. I just put one out this morning that's 4 seconds, believe it or not. And I'll go to ChatGPT and say, give me a title that's catchy, or, something just to jazz it up.
Sure.
And I'm getting, and I just pulled it up. Some go flat, but just, you can see the titles. Let me just kind of share this with you to show what I'm doing.
Yeah, please.
But here's the thing. I'm talking about divorce. I'm talking about something that's not sexy. It's not exciting. It's not, not showing my body. I'm not working out. I'm not, doing any of those things. I'm straight up talking about divorce.
But sure, make us all feel bad now.
Yeah, well, no, that's not the intention, but yeah, exactly. Y'all suck. No. So, I mean, now,
wow, look at that.
I mean, I was getting 200-300, and sometimes
I got to make this screen bigger.
3,000, 3,000, 5,000, 5,000, 2,000. I mean, and I'm talking about divorce, for God's sakes. 4,000. I had one that was like 8,000.
Oh my God, that's good. I think I went 1K once.
It's not every time, and sometimes it has to do, like when you said, like when we posted it, mornings people aren't into it. I noticed, kind of like you said. But yeah, I mean, once I did that, and again, some fall flat, but this is kind of where I started, and it's really just
tell me about what you've done with short descriptions. Do you even put anything in there? Do you notice if you do, it gives more if you go back to it and edit it later and put a description in? Does it help more? Or?
I do not notice that it does. I was doing so here's what I have noticed that works.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And this is just, testing, seeing what gets views. I was uploading them from my PC, and then setting them up for
the shorts with the hashtag.
No, I'm not using the shorts hashtag, but I just mean I was uploading my shorts to YouTube from my computer, so not directly from my phone.
Got it.
And I would schedule them out and all that. And I would schedule it, and then I would go back into it, and I would put all the titling, all the tagging. Like, I'd go in there and spend another 10 minutes on it. And those would get half the views of the ones that I did no post.
Put nothing in.
Nothing. But here's what I did. I did it from my phone. I put a text little overlay, within YouTube. Sure. I still scheduled them out, but I did not go back. Like any of the ones I showed you with like 8,000 views, they don't even have I didn't even put a description in. I don't have a tag. I don't have nothing. I don't even go back to it ever. And it doesn't, I'm getting better views natively posting from my phone using the text overlay. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm using the text overlay, and So like this here, I don't want it to play, but
oh yeah, you were putting that there. Yeah.
Just this. And sometimes I usually would put it up here, but then it covers, this is my, so this is, I don't have put like, I used to have an intro, even on my shorts. Hey, this is Tim with Divorce 661. Today we're talking about blah, blah, blah. I don't do that. That's why I wear the stupid hat. So that if they're watching me, there's my marking. They're like, who is this guy? Okay, what is that? I don't have to say it. I don't have to put it in my title, anything like that. But that's been effective, the little titling. But yeah, I'm not going back in. I'm not going, like, I'll show you. See if that's the case with this one. I'm not, look at, I don't have a description.
Nothing. Yeah.
I don't have, okay, I add it to a playlist, but I mean, nothing. I'm not doing tags, titles, description, nothing.
No chapters. You're not, well, I don't know how you can do a chapter. Yeah. Each 1 second chapter is in that video. I wonder what that would do. He's so fat.
So yeah, I mean, if I can, get away with doing, with what I talk about and get those types of views. Now, here's the other side of that. What, am I getting business from it? Are the people, are the people that are watching, are they interested in that topic? That whole thing. But I can tell you, with the more views, I have had the busiest 2 weeks I've had that I can remember. So yeah. It does get them to watch that video. My channel growth, I've been stuck in, and that's not something I try and, it's not one of my metrics that I care about. I'm not a channel that people are looking to follow for years, right? They come in,
sure.
They come out, they subscribe, they unsubscribe, and they're no longer.
They want to forget about us.
Yeah. There's a beginning and an end to divorce, right? So
right.
They're not sticking around for the next thing for me to say. But my channel growth has been through the roof, like 200 a month, which before it was like 7.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Actually.
Yeah. So, and I think that's helping. I think, I think YouTube sees all those different, okay, people are subscribing, they're watching, all that. So, hey, I'll take it, if it helps spread the word and gets it out there, but that's what's been working for me with that. So excited about that.
Well, I love that. I'm going to start playing around with it, see how creative. Now with your overlay, you put the overlay there, which is something you type in.
Yeah.
Tell me about that thing that does the text. Every spoken word.
So that's just called it's just called CAPTCHA. It's literally called captions. I'll pull it up here. And captions.ai. So they have, it's just mobile now. But I got a email. Yeah, so it's literally just called captions. It looks like
nice.
You'll know it because it's basically just an A. Let's see if I can see it if I click on here. Yeah, this is the one.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
So simple. There's other ones out there like CapCut. I tried it. It's overly complicated. This one is super easy. It remembers what you do. So now I literally can just because it remembers what captions, what colors, what fonts, and all that. Now I download my video. I save it from Dropbox to my phone. I upload it to the Captions app. You hit whatever, create, and it will put the words in. Save it to your phone, and then I go to YouTube, upload, and it's a 4-second. It's very fast.
Right. Wow.
To set that up.
Nice. So, yeah, I think that's a really good tip for people too. That's something, because especially when you're doing those short videos, you keep them engaged, and you had I wanted to comment in front of everybody, the Pegasus unicorn riding on a rainbow. That's a lot.
I think I'm done with that. Just test things, try things. That didn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I say nothing better.
That didn't give me any better results, and it added about a 5 minutes minimum, 5 to 10 minutes to getting a video out, because there's a whole nother workflow.
Right.
Once you've got the captions, now you have to put it into this other software program, and then look for something. Do you think it's going to dazzle someone?
Right.
And it's a whole thing. So, yeah, I'm not going to keep up with that.
Was there for the viewing audience, was there a particular thought process entered your mind when you actually picked the unicorn Pegasus riding on a rainbow?
No,
I mean, was there anything like in there? Did you eat something weird?
Yeah, I was running out of ideas. I'd already used a Santa Claus, an Irish person,
You
They just have
definitely weren't wearing that shirt when you did it. I know
the
that.
balloons. Yeah, the
That'd be
balloons.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have some. The one thing I may keep it for is not maybe necessarily doing it for my videos, but I'm thinking, how can I get other content out there that is just, I can't talk about divorce. I mean, I have a lot to talk about, but as far as divorce, but I was doing like a happy beer day, I did a woman's day, and they have some other things and templates and stuff that I could maybe use that for, just to get some other content out there. But
That's kind of a good idea. Yeah, I see what
yeah,
you're saying. Definitely use it for that.
but
Well,
yeah,
I'll tell you so tell me what's going on in the divorce world.
So yeah, we've been busy, with the content we're getting out there. Excuse me, it's been busy, and I'm curious as to, with this potential economic, not crash but recession that supposedly is coming in the third quarter, how that's, because our costs are so much less in helping people through divorce, how that's going to impact people deciding to use, say, an attorney versus a service like ours, if it will at
Oh,
all,
absolutely.
if people will be more money conscious. But for us, what I hear a lot of times with all the content I put out is that people say they didn't even know that services like this exist. So, and that's sad.
That's
There's
right.
a lot of folks doing what I do, and paralegals that do what I do across California. So, but that's good news for me. If people don't know that I exist, and there's more and more content I can get out and get in front of those eyeballs, and talk to them about, the thing is with us though, Connor, is we only handle amicable divorce cases.
Right.
So the economy being in a recession, if that were to happen, those people are still going to need attorneys. Doesn't mean that they're no longer not going to be amicable. They're still going to need an attorney for that type of divorce. So they're still going to have that need. We would never start taking on contested divorce cases. There are paralegals that do that.
Oh, wow.
They take all comers. When I first got into this, I was taking all comers, because you're brand new business. So now, almost
Sure.
11 years ago, would take everything and just try and figure it out. People, get them prepared for court, do their contested cases, do their trial briefs. I mean, it's very time consuming. And I found, so now 11 years later, I don't need to take those types of cases. So just as a business practice, I just turn them away. But there are paralegals and legal document preparers that do that as part of their business. And if that works for them, it's fine. I just found that those were the clients that were the neediest, that were the most challenging to please. And you cannot predict an outcome with them, because they're eventually going to be representing themselves in court in a trial with a judge. And you're the one that's provided them with their legal pleadings, their disclosures, their discovery. You've done all that, and they go to court and they can come out and say, hey, well, the judge didn't, go my way. Well, that's obviously, I mean, that has nothing to do with our paperwork, but that's how that falls back on. So the
That sounds
minute
like a slippery slope, right?
it very much is, and that's where people get themselves in trouble with giving legal advice, which we're not able to do,
I
is in
see.
helping people going through contested divorce cases. It's almost impossible not to give legal advice, because you're trying to advise them in a proceeding where they're going to be in front of a judge that does fall back to the law. So the minute I got away from that, I think we did that for 1 year, and I realized this is just not what we want to do. We want to focus strictly on the amicable divorce cases, and that was probably the best decision I made.
Life became just a little bit easier. Boy, I'm all
Oh,
about that.
100%, 100%. And we're, fortunately now I'm busy enough to where I can turn away that business and know that, okay, I walked away from some money, but that would have taken the resources I have in doing more content to get the clients that I want.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally understand that. That's a luxury that some people do have in business. You can actually, work it how you want to work it, and it's kind of
Yeah.
nice. This
Yeah.
is this is interesting. This was what you
Yep.
were talking about, the
Yeah,
third
exactly.
party, the B of A cat
Yep.
talking about that.
I think he knows what he's talking about too, but I think I was watching this on the news, and they were saying a soft recession, whatever that means.
So the opposite would be hard. So I guess it might be easier than we should expect.
Yeah. So
Nice.
0.5% to 1%. So yeah, very slight. But you know how they dress up everything. Deep. So not hard. Deep is the alternate, is the other word.
Oh, deep.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
we can
deep's
only hope
good in
so.
most cases.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, this thing, the real estate thing, what's interesting is interest rates. Remember, we were talking about, I think we first started the show, the reduction interest rates were being talked about. So now properties are taking longer to sell, and the interest rates are still hovering, 6 and 7, depending on the program you have. And still people are waiting to figure out what's going on. But if they do reduce these rates, the rumor is it's going to kick off probably another 2001, and it's going to be standing room only, and buyers are going to say, gosh, I wish I would have done it a little while ago and refi.
What? Explain that to me again. Why do you think that is?
Well, right now, buyers are looking at this interest rate, and if you're going to buy something, when you're buying, usually it's better in a market when you have a longer days on market time frame, because typically that indicates that the buyer's going to have certain advantages that they might normally not have. And in a market like existed last year and the year before, and that you had neighbors, selling their houses for 70, 80, $150,000 more than the actual list price. And when they were listed for sale, they were actually listed correctly, but people are willing to pay that much more. The way the market has become now, if they were to lower interest rate, it would probably stem off something just like that again, especially with this morning, we only had 193 units for sale. Residences, that's all residential. That's condos, single family, and townhomes, 193 as of this morning. That's hardly anything for sale. So seems to continue to move, but
yeah.
slow.
So in that, talking about your real estate update, there is another interesting thing that I came across the other day, and that they are trying to continue to prop up home values, not to keep them increasing, but to keep them from decreasing. And tell me, this is your specialty, but and this is fairly recent. This is just a couple of days ago that they're now because home prices are so high because of interest rates, they're now introducing a new 40-year mortgage. To I don't know if it's just California. This is talking about California, but that this is on the table to try and help bring down the price of your home. And the article, it wasn't this one. This was just the first thing I saw from Lending Tree, but what is being discussed now is that I think the example was in a $500,000 home, to extend your rate out from a 30-year mortgage to a 40-year mortgage will add at current interest rates about $90,000 to your total cost if you took it out to that 40-year term, and only reduce your payment by $160 a month. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think they would have to do some legal modifications to be able to make a 40-year mortgage work, because it doesn't qualify. So 30 years is where the rule is.
Yeah.
With regard, and those rules are created by the CFPB, was it? Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Yeah.
And 40 wouldn't qualify, but they can still be written and still be issued. The interesting thing, I don't know if it's going to take off. I think
this is what you're saying here, Connor. Aren't qualified loans. That's what you're just saying.
Correct. But if they were able to push it through and change the rule with the Consumer Protection Financial Bureau, or I bet you, I think it would take off. A lot of people would use it, but boy, 40 years sure is a long time. 30 years is a long time.
Yeah.
I think that could end up causing more issues, not so much from the vantage point of the bank itself making more, which, that's what banks do, but 40 years. And then the payment would be, I wonder what that payment looks like, an additional 10 years of mortgage, how far it drops it. Because that would be, you're right. I mean, that could potentially increase housing prices, because people, instead of a $3,000 a month payment, it's $2,000. Now they can afford more house. So
Exactly.
people can increase their, and that's what people do. They never buy minimal. They buy maximum typically, which is a conversation I like to have with all first time buyers. Don't do that the first time out of the chute. Get something reasonable, something that just meets your criteria if that's the way the market is. I mean, if it's a buyer's market, great. We'll go get everything we can. But if it's a seller's market, just get your minimums taken care of. Make sure it's safe. You'll be there for a while. Just let the equity build.
Yeah.
But don't make yourself poor. It's horrible. Mortgage poor is horrible.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, and I know this is more of a lending question, so maybe we can get a lender on here one day to answer this question. But I was talking to a client the other day that said, because one of the things people are trying to do is buy out their spouse, and we were talking about this before, buy out their spouse out of their home. And the issue is they're going to end up going from a 3% or whatever, 4% to 6 or 7% if they do a full refi,
To
right?
do a refi, yeah.
So they're doing kind of second, like lines of credit, or they're taking out a second. And the specific question I have was, this client said that if the full amount of the cash, so I don't know if it's a cash out, it's not a cash out refi, it's a second mortgage, that if the full amount goes to their spouse for the purpose of a buyout as part of the divorce, that there is a slightly better interest rate by about 0.5%. And I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, it does. That is interesting. I wonder if that's probably a lender specific offering.
Yeah.
But I guess that would make sense. I've never heard of it, but it wouldn't shock me. There's always ways to roll that rate around a little bit. It's not always set in stone, but it depends on the profit margin of the lender and what they're looking to make off that particular transaction. But it sounds like that's not a home equity line of credit. That's an actual second.
It's like a second loan, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like, yeah. So the interest rate, yeah, who knows? But yeah, that would be a much better position, especially if you're refied at 2.7 or 2.9. Now all of a sudden you have to liquidate the asset, or pull out something or whatever. Yeah, your next residence is going to be real high in the interest, a lot different.
Yeah, so maybe it'd be good to get it. I mean, it wasn't a huge break, 0.5%, but hey, you can take it.
Yeah, that's still, I think we should, let's get a lender on this next
We could look
week.
into that, I think.
I'm sure, yeah.
But yeah, I think it might be maybe some special program with like a specific company. That's what you're suggesting?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think it's probably offered by everybody, but it sounds like some kind of a convenience break. There's a new program out there that I took notes on the other day for civil servants, where the agent contributes and the lender contributes, and then they get basically a no-cost loan instead of being charged a point. All that stuff gets absorbed. I'd have to find the particulars, but that same lender's the one that called me that we can get on the show, and he can talk about these programs. It's almost as good as VA, it sounded like, from the origination costs. But
I wanted to I meant to talk about this when we were talking about our marketing segment in the beginning, or I think after we talked about fasting. So there's this I mentioned there's a new Chat GPT. That's all the rave right now. And
what's the address of that one?
Oh, look, we're live. That's nice.
Hey, look at that. There we are. No delay.
How live are we? Pretty live. So there's this extension. Should show this first. It's called YouTube Summary with Chat GPT.
All right.
So if you Google that, it'll give it'll go to the Chrome extension. You just add to your Chrome. I'm sure they have other extensions.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Check this out. So this is how this works. You basically go to a video. Okay, here's one that says ChatGPT life hack. So this will be perfect.
Okay.
Then once you have the Chrome extension, you click, you see right here, here's the Chat GPT. You click this, it will open up your Chat GPT. It will copy and paste all of the word for word, the transcription, and then give you the topics and the breakdown.
Oh, that's much easier. I was doing it manually.
Yeah.
I was going in and pulling the transcription, but it's not available on videos over a certain time length.
This was an hour here. Oh, you mean
Wow, was it
this
really?
this was an hour. This was a 10-minute video. No, that's only 10 minutes into it. This was there's a 10-minute video. But I don't know what limitations there are there. But
Interesting. Maybe it overrides it.
If you don't want to watch a 10-minute video, I guess plug it in.
Get the bullet points.
And get the bullet points. And I was thinking, okay, what could this be good for, like from a marketer standpoint? Could I go to like my competition's videos and do this search and then say, here's the top 5 things you need to know about whatever, and just kind of parrot it off, that way. But what I thought was maybe from like our own videos, instead of writing a description in YouTube, we could do this to our own videos and then just plug this into
pull out the main points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Or a title, or this could even get plugged into perhaps a Facebook post and say, here's the latest video and here's what we talk about.
Here's the top 5 points. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome.
Very good.
Yeah, YouTube summary, ChatGPT, and you just add
good capture. I like it.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to bring that up because I think that's fairly new, and we talk about marketing in our show every episode, so I thought that would be good to add.
I'm writing it down.
Hey, have you seen this? This I thought it was new and unopened. It's called El Patron. You're talking about
Mexican, it's over by the Smart and Final.
What's that?
It's by the Smart and Final over there by the gym.
So I told you I was over there this weekend and I saw that, but it looks like it said coming soon and it's still kind of taped off and the TVs on the patio are still
covered.
It's still covered. So, but somehow there's reviews and looks maybe they just opened 2 days ago or I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna be given a Sabor run for their money.
Is it a high-end type place?
It's owned, I think so, and I guess the owner has some history. I don't know if it, maybe it's from Peru, but I heard that the other day talking with somebody. But I don't know if I don't know his history, but I don't know if it's open. I'm looking forward to going.
Yeah, it looks like a fun place. To be honest with you,
you remember what was it? It was
Chinese food place.
New Moon. It was New Moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, they seem to be doing well, but I guess you never know, right?
Yeah. Okay, this is
this
Lions.
Looks good.
Is that right? That's not right.
No, it's over there at Newhall Ranch Road and Copper Hill or Rye Canyon.
Is there 2 of them then? Is there an El Patron in Lions?
Maybe it's just Patron. I think it's just called Patron.
Oh, that's confusing. El Patron. That's very confusing.
Yeah, because that's the one on Lions. El Patron is the one on Lions. Let's see if there's another
Patrons.
Yeah, it's just Patron.
Oh, here it is. It is Patrons.
Oh, did you find it?
Yeah. Newhall Ranch Road. So here's the one.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
So one's what's Patron mean, boss? So one's the boss, and one is just
boss.
Bosses, I guess. So okay, let's see. Are they? No reviews. Hey, we could write the first review.
Yeah. We drove by. It smelled really great.
Looks like it's going to be really good.
Yeah. Right. Congratulations. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. Patron. Yeah. It looks a little, if you look at the plates that they uploaded, I don't know if they actually did it, but yeah, it looks Mexican.
It looked like a fun place from the outside. Looks like they're going to have TVs and all that good stuff.
Oh, they got a mojito. Got a mojito in there. Picture number 4. Lots of taquitos, smothered burritos, fajitas, flan, more smothered burritos. Ooh. Would you like to go to Ventura to get some churros? There's churros. Page 14, Tim.
Page 14.
Yeah, picture 14, churros.
Oh, you know what? Here I am looking at it, and I'm not sharing it. I hate when I do that.
Churros. Oh,
I did.
and there's a blue drink.
I did. Yeah, these are the killers here.
Yeah, this
I
will
did
look
a whole.
nice.
I did a whole live stream like that was maybe an hour long, and for 10 minutes, I was doing this. I was looking up at my screen, sharing stuff, and I'm like, you see here how on this part here, and when I look down at my actual live stream, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not even sharing the video. It was awesome.
Very good. I love it.
It was awesome. So yeah, I give it a shot. There's a lot of Mexican joints out here, but I do enjoy Mexican food and
I do
and
as
margaritas both.
Yes.
I went to this past the 15th was Ellie and mine 28th anniversary. So we went up to Oxnard to there's this pretty cool hotel. See if I can find it in Oxnard.
Okay.
And because we want to do something fancy, go to Hawaii or whatever. But that's a $10,000 3-day trip.
Sure.
So she found this place in Oxnard that we were able to send out videos. Let me see if I can find it. Not videos, but we basically told our friends on Facebook and whatever we were posting. Right. Hey, we're in Hawaii, and and no one knew the better.
Oh my god, that's great! So, yeah, you can carry on a whole thing without even.
So anyway, it was super nice. It's called Zachary Dunes. I'm trying to pull up the actual video here, but if you need a quick getaway, we just went out Friday night and Saturday night, and I don't know why it's not letting me see photos here. It's not too terribly bad. There's some photos, but it's right on the beach here in Oxnard, believe it or not. So rooms were pretty cool.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, they're all like little suites. You got a main bedroom with a full bath, and you have an entry here.
Right.
And you can get views of the water. They have a nice little bar area, on-premise restaurant, pool, jacuzzi, lots of sitting spaces and all that. But yeah, this was our wannabe Hawaii trip that we did Friday and Saturday. So super nice. We barely left the location, but talking about Mexican food, there's good Mexican food in Oxnard.
How's the water?
Wouldn't know. I'm assuming it was cold. We didn't go in.
I don't blame you. Yeah, you'll have to give us a rundown on your favorite Mexican joints out there.
Yeah, we just went to one. It was like the I don't want to say nasty. It was the oldest. I mean, had fantastic reviews, but from all the reviews, it said, not the nicest place as far as, don't go there to be impressed with the location and the inside, but that it was the owners worked there. It was a family business, and they actually worked there, and it was just like honestly sitting down, like if you went over to your family's for breakfast. That's how it was. Very personable, very nice, great food, and it was right down in downtown Oxnard. But yeah, place to go for Mexican food. What's your favorite place out here currently?
You know what? I think I got to say Sabor.
Yeah,
I'm real happy with that place. I like it. Everybody's real nice. Everybody's friendly.
Definitely on the pricier end, but we like it too. We like the atmosphere. We like we do like their margaritas and their food.
And it's real close, just down the street, right?
Yeah, we sometimes we'll take our bikes through the Paseos to get there if we both want to have a cocktail and not drive.
I'll tell you this, Tim Selinsky, the lender, he's been booked for our show next Tuesday at 8 a.m., Tim. He just confirmed.
Oh,
so we'll send him the stuff. I CC'd you on the email.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that'll be good. Get some of those lending questions answered.
I'm glad we're able to multitask.
411. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going to be going out to Fraser Park, show a couple houses.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
How that freeway closure, is that going to cause any traffic getting up there?
Oh, you know what? That's a great question. I didn't research it, but I heard about it.
I think it's just right now. It's just 2 lanes closed, so probably not too
Not
bad.
at that time. Yeah, probably wouldn't be too bad.
What's going on at Fraser Park, people? Is that still how are the prices out there? I know that was a popular area once. Is this still the case?
280 to 320, 330 typically, 3-4 bedroom houses, 16 to 1900 square feet. Days on market time frames are quite a bit more than here. We're somewhere in the maybe 20 to 30 to 40 range. San Fernando Valley maybe about the same. Fraser Park, I'm seeing stuff with 100, 80,
really?
200 days on market. Yeah, quite a bit of longer times on market with very few price reductions. So one of them I ran into out there had the hill had slidden into the back of the house.
Ooh.
So that's God knows how much dirt is there, but it's the whole mountain there behind it. So that's a problem. But yeah, just kind of gonna go do the old once around out there, see what happens.
So I got a project for you.
Okay.
I need you to get us into one of those homes in Castaic with the RV parking, and I need it at around 800,000 and interest rate close to 3.
Great. And I wrote it. I wrote this nonsense down. I wrote it down. You and your nonsense.
I tell you, when we're coming back from Oxnard on Sunday, we almost talked ourselves to stopping by.
Yeah.
And just taking a look, but we're bad lookers. We know if we don't go car shopping because it's not or car looking because it's never a look. It's always, and we always
you drive off with something. Yeah,
exactly.
So I don't go either.
We didn't go look, and I just can't see, paying $5,000-$6,000 a month on a mortgage. I don't think I would sleep at night doing that.
Nervous. Yeah, it's a lot.
I think that's what would happen. It just scares me. I like our little house payment, and it's, we have no car payments, so we're doing pretty well on the financial front.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to take a trip every once in a while.
It is, because I told her, I said, because we have the motorhome and we have, we get that, that spot, and then we'd have a $6,000 mortgage, and then we'd sell the motorhome, and then we could.
Perfect. Then the RV garage would go to waste. My brother, it was always a pleasure, Tim. Had a great time.
Always good talking to you as usual, and I'm glad we're having someone on the show next week. Are we good at doing the same 8 o'clock show?
Yep, 8 o'clock show. He confirmed, and he'll be ready. We'll just send him all the particulars.
Sounds good, Connor. As always, good talking to you.
You too, my friend. Thank you, Tim, very much.
All right, talk to you soon.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.